Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mindful Session. I know many of you are used to me sitting next to this gentleman, David. Unfortunately, David is not here with me today. However, I have the honor and the privilege of having with me on the show today, someone that has been through so many triumphs, and what she's been through, a lot of us will ponder as to how she prevailed. The obstacles that we go through in life, ladies and gentlemen, make us stronger, or we, fall victim to them. Now, I have the honor of having with me today Cheryl, Minnette. Cheryl, Minnette has been through so many obstacles, ladies and gentlemen, and I admire her for being who she is and the kind of person that she has become during this bit of triumph. Now, we're trying to get Cheryl on the show. We just had her on, but unfortunately, she was having a bit of difficulty. Now, Cheryl is the CEO of Vision Navigation Consultation, or consulting, whatever have you. She supports females that are losing their eyesight. Now, I've had the opportunity, which in the Cheryl is calling me now. I would love to talk to her, but okay, Cheryl, you need to use your data because the technical difficulty here is telling us that you need to use your data because or your data if your Wi-Fi is not working, because I really use your Wi-Fi if your data is not working, because I want people to really get to hear what it is that you have to convey, how you've been through these triumphs and how you're supporting other people. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the essence of the Mindful Session is for us to be able to support people that are going through these experiences, and we don't want them to feel as though they are alone. So we have done different topics, we have supported so many different people, but this one right here is something new to me. She will just said on data, but not sure if having problems with the Wi-Fi. So, excuse me as I respond to Cheryl. I'm asking Cheryl to use her Zoom to see how we can have her on, because we have sent her the link, but apparently something is going wrong on our end. And let me just give you a little bit of background on Cheryl. She was acknowledged as the bold, blind, beautiful 2020 woman on the move on a magazine, and she's always trying. She's also contributing author at Beyond Sight magazine, and she's also a ghostwriter. So a lot of things a lot of people are doing, Cheryl might be behind all that. Um, I'm sorry, that's Cheryl I'm communicating. Um, we will definitely have Cheryl on this call today because we're not going to go without talking to Cheryl. Let me give you a little bit of background about Cheryl and the questions that we're going to ask her. Now, imagine, just visualize this because we have visualization and we can see things. But one thing a lot of people don't know is that when you're losing your visual, your sight, the brain communicate with what you see. It takes a longer process. It takes the brain longer to process everything. So what you see as you see me right now, it's like, to someone who's losing their vision, it's like a little puzzle. So the brain has to concentrate and construct all this into one so they can configure and process it. So when a lot of time we take things for granted, okay, now she said she's in. She's trying again. Now, as I was saying, it's a process that when we're losing our vision, when we're blind, a lot of us don't tend to acknowledge what losing our vision, the process of it is. We take things for granted, ladies and gentlemen, and me having her on this show today is really a privilege because of the fact that she's here too. When Cheryl talks, she can literally make you visualize what it is that she's going through. She can make you visualize what her vision is, and she will make you see it from her perspective. And that is why it's really an honor. I do apologize. Right. Yeah. So the thing is that, like I was saying, when you read a story that Cheryl writes, it's not just the norm. She takes you into an actual journey of her life. And she makes you, regardless if she's writing a story about you, about something, as long as she can visualize it, she will make sure that you're able to visualize it. And that's what intrigues me. A lot of us tend to be writers, but we really don't go in depth. I've been working with Cheryl for about 2 years now. And I am so impressed with her that I really want her to be here to okay, so while we're waiting for Cheryl, today's my sister's birthday. Let's go into that and then we'll give Cheryl a chance to log on. Happy birthday, sis.
My tomorrow must be greater than today.
So that I'm simply complaining people don't know. that he cannot
I can
reach.
talk to her.
His eyes in the blind, he cannot see your teeth. His ears are not deaf, that he cannot hear you cry. Your tomorrow must be greater than today. Your tomorrow must be greater than today.
No matter what I
No
face,
matter,
no matter what I see,
no matter what comes
no
my
matter what
way.
comes my way, no
Hey,
matter how I
one
cry,
thing I
one thing
know,
I know,
ha,
that's definitely my
my
heart.
tomorrow.
My tomorrow
Ah,
must be greater than today.
say my
My
tomorrow.
tomorrow
Ha,
must
ha,
be
ha.
greater than today.
Oh, no matter, no matter, no matter, yeah. No matter what comes my way, nothing, nothing can move me. So one thing I know, thank you, Jesus. Ha. My tomorrow, say my tomorrow. Hallelujah. 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 Hey. One thing I know, there's assurance in my heart. No matter what, my tomorrow must be greater than today. Ah, say my tomorrow. Sing hallelujah. Hallelujah. This is my song, this is my story. One thing I know, one thing I know. My God, my tomorrow, my tomorrow. Mama, don't cry. Papa, my brother, sister, don't cry. Wipe away your tears, my brother. Yeah. For one thing I know, for one thing I know, my tomorrow. I just know one thing that is. We don't cry anymore. Yeah. We've been in just for the night, joy comes in the morning. Don't cry anymore. Yeah. Say one thing I know.
Not in America to celebrate with you, but I've indicated a couple of bottles of champagnes are coming your way, and when you get to London, we will splurge. I love you very much. Happy birthday. Ladies and gentlemen, to continue, we're going to bring in Cheryl now. Miss Minnette,
Hi,
it's a pleasure to have you on this show.
It's great to be here. How are you?
Oh, I am so pleased to see you as usual. You know, so Miss Minnette, the CEO of Vision Navigation Consulting. It's really a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
And you're looking stunning as usual.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you're quite welcome. Now, due to the fact that we lost a little bit of time, so I'm just going to, and we're just going to jump into it. So please speak up a little bit louder so everyone can hear you. Now, your life, what you've been through, you know, everything, just, I find it, she's not on. There you are. What you've been through, And through your little journey of life, a lot of people cannot comprehend. Now, let's just to go back. You went through your divorce. You were going to work on a normal as anyone else. And all of a sudden, you're about to enter your place of employment and you did not lose your vision. Please walk us through it. What was going through your mind as you see all this redness on your sight?
Okay, so
Please speak up a little bit.
is this better?
Excellent.
Okay. So I got to work that morning and I entered the building
A little bit
and
up, please. Or you need to
I
put
got
the volume up on your phone, please, or your computer. Okay.
better.
It's doable. Okay, let's continue.
I got to work that morning and within about 7 minutes, everything started going red. And as I was walking along the floor, I was seeing red everywhere. And I couldn't understand because I knew there was no red the night before when I left. So I kept looking around, and at some point I realized, I think when I looked up at one of the ceiling lights, I realized that it wasn't in the building or in the office. It was literally inside of my eye. I was seeing the flow of blood moving inside of my eye. So there was no pain, no discomfort. It just happened. My vision.
Wow. Now, me being who I am, I'm trying to visualize what it is that you're trying to convey to us. I'm going into my workplace. I see redness and I don't know what is going on. So my first instinct is to panic. Is to panic as to what is going on. So walk us through it as this was happening to you.
So I was okay until I realized that I was seeing the internal flow in my eye. Then I started, freaking out mentally, but I was still walking. I was still in motion. But when I realized that it was the blood, felt my face, because, oh my God, am I bleeding? And I wasn't. So I started freaking out. I looked down. There were only a couple of people there, and mentally I could feel myself about to just like spin out of control. So I stopped, grabbed onto, I don't even know what it was. I grabbed onto it to kind of stabilize so I wouldn't have the freak out in the middle of the place. Kind of gather myself. What is going on here? This is not your everyday journey. What's going on? So yeah, when I realized and got together, I walked over to a coworker and I told her, "Stop my vision. I don't know what's going on, but um, I can't see. I can't see out of one eye." And she looked at me, and I can see the expression on her face, and she realized something was definitely serious. So from there, the doctor called for me. I ended up, leaving work, going home, and then the process started.
You know, you're fading in and out. let me just narrate this a little bit to the best of my ability. You were going into work and blood was going through your eye. Now, a lot of people will say it's stress due to the fact that you're going through this divorce. Um, do you think perhaps it was the stress that brought this on? Or, let us understand a little bit because me, the way my mind works and the way other people's minds work, we're quite inquisitive as to what is happening to me. But the way you handle it was quite different. You try to look for something to hold on to, and you found a way to enter the building. Now that's quite humbling, that's quite calm. I really want to understand what was really going through your mind because me seeing red, I would panic, I would freak out.
Internally, I was freaking out on the inside. I wasn't freaking out on the outside, but I was freaking out on the inside. And when I was to my worker, tears started flowing. As far as the divorce that had happened over 2 years, could stress have played a part? Absolutely, because our bodies react in all types of ways. So that we will never know. The doctors couldn't find any reason why it happened like that. And that's why I advocate get your eyes checked. Even though you think you're seeing fine, in an instant, your view can change without warning.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, like she said, please get your eyes checked. Please get to know your body. Please maintain your well-being. Cheryl is someone that I've dealt with on numerous occasions, and sometimes she and I been on the phone for like half of the night. So it's someone who I'm quite familiar with. Now, Cheryl has two beautiful young daughters that are in college and working. And, so when you were losing your vision, Miss Minnette, what were you thinking? How can you support these kids that were dependent on you? What was actually going through your mind in reference to them?
Well, after it happened, and I was home, I had the doctor, I knew surgery was coming, and start to absorb the reality of what is going on in your life. So my life stopped on in that moment. My life stopped. I wasn't working. I was home, but I still had to take care of what I needed to take on a daily basis. And my children were young, so figuring out how I'm going to maneuver all the things that I do, it was quite overwhelming, and it would have been so easy, just in the sand or pull covers over my head. I'm not getting out of bed forever. But I would look at my children and I can't do that. We've come to divorce. They're on me. Oh, I've told them, "Oh, we're gonna, we're a community. Three of us. We're gonna make it. Don't worry, I can make it." So I had to get up out of bed. I had to make sure they got to school. Thing was done, and dog, and so many things that people don't think of when it happens to. It was a major ripple effect, and the people are there doing sometimes not, but mentally, my mind was constantly going 1,000 miles per hour.
You
A lot
know,
of people.
um, not to sound selfish or just off the topic, I love to eat. And
A foodie.
kids, one thing we look forward to is eating. Now, mommy is going through this. How were you able to maneuver in the kitchen with everything you're going through? And as for the kids, I can imagine how frightening it was for them, knowing that this is what mommy is going through. And how were you able to console them? I know this is a three-part question, but I'm just trying to get it into a better perspective.
So as far as kitchen, yes, I was saying you have to still do what you do, and food preparation, serving them is part of that process. Now, it was not easy. What people don't understand is that you lose your sight,
Mhm.
your mind. Okay, you're telling me you see well, but that's okay because I have all these memories stored up. I can help. I have visual memory. I have instructions. I can send you step by step. Okay, but problem it takes a while, a long while, to catch up with that your body changed and that your vision changed. So while it's sending you all memories, go in the kitchen, get this, do that, you go to do it and you're knocking stuff over, you might be yourself, cutting yourself, spilling yourself, and you're trying to figure out why it's not working, but it's not working, vision has changed. So now you have to create new memories and self things, and that's what I had. So initially, I would go in there and I would start chopping stuff, at the speed that I was doing it before. But I sliced my finger and knuckle. I realized that we have to change something. So I had to slow things down and change my whole process. Created a new process which works rather well. Um, Believe me, they eat well. Haven't missed a meal.
I can imagine. You know, the thing is that you and I have spoken numerous times, and you have always kept that smile on your face. And even having you on here, you continually smiling. And, I can empathize with you, but it's like you're such a strong woman. And I want everyone out there to understand when you're losing your vision, as I indicated prior, the brain takes longer to process a lot of things. Conversation, visualization, and everything. So it's not just to say, oh, I see this picture of you. There you are, Unisa. I see you. You know, it's a whole different process because what the brain, the visual, the eye tend to do is show different puzzles like a pie, and they have to construct all that and process it through the brain. Can you explain that to us, please, so people can actually have some more? Because I told them you have written so many things to me and for me, and that when I read them, I can actually visualize what you're trying to convey to me. Can you please explain that process?
The process of writing.
The process of visualization and the process of you putting it on paper.
Okay, I've always been very analytical, detailed, which has constantly during this journey. Um, when you're looking at least because everyone's, but everyone's vision it's different what they can see. And just as it is okay to ask people questions who are visually impaired, because you want to know, you want to gain some insight, okay, so that you know your role, so to speak, as you interact with. Being said, for me, and for a lot of people, something when you think about like it looks like that picture, looking at a picture, you may not be seeing the picture in its entirety. So therefore, your mind put it together to tell you if there's some type of memory, trying to match it, what it is you're seeing, so you match what you're seeing. For some people, look out a window for window, you get a clear view. But when you have visual impairment, for some, it's kind of a fog, dirt on the window, so that you can see through the window quite as well. You don't get a clear picture. Even though if someone says, see that tree, it's beautiful, and you can say, yeah, because you see the tree, but what the sight of man is that you don't see the way they see. You don't believe in the detail that they do, the details in the bark of that they do. But you see the truth.
Yeah, you know, Cheryl, I can actually say you're a phenomenal woman and you're very strong because you just had, family member that passed away and you're able to deal with that. I know it's not easy and you have family members that are going through some things right now, which indeed it's like everything just hitting you at once from one side to the next, then the next thing, and you're still able to support people out there that are having their visual loss. Now, a lot of people will say, you know what, how about me? How about what I'm going through? Who's supporting me? Who's helping me? I need a break. Where do you find the strength from to be able to go through these family situations with the illnesses and the operations and the loss of family? And how do you to support family and support other people, strangers that are going through what you're going through? Where does all this strength resonate from?
My strength is in my God, in Jesus Christ. That's my strength. And there are many times that said, God, why am I going through? What is the purpose? Because everything has meaning. So what is the purpose of this? And things just keep coming on me, like it was difficult. But when I really focused and said, okay, I'm going to focus on Father, Him guide me, that is when able to, as things came at me, I would see them for what they were, because a lot of to distract you off your path, your purpose. So I would see them for what they were, deal with them accordingly, but I didn't let them mentally take me somewhere that I did not want to do. And you have to make as a decision in life. Even when you say, well, I'm not going to make any, that is your choice. That you choosing to do nothing versus choosing to take some sort of action. So when it comes to get back in the game of life, when you chose to not sit on the sideline and watch my life go by without me. I felt the strength in, and I do people, I love people. And you know me, Unisa, I'm 2 cents in. When I hear something, trying to suggest something or just to help somebody. Because see, we should all be helping each other. We are one global community. We should all be working together because there's enough here and there's enough love for you to share the
You know,
but
please
with that,
continue.
yeah, with that, I have to stay prayerful and understand the reality of what things. Yes, there's a lot of things I can't do, but let me say this: there's a book. I forget the author, but there's a book called "Who Moved My Cheese," and basically, life, we're going. May not be God's plan, you know, and we're doing things the way, and then something happens. We get upset, but it wasn't part of our plan. But like, how dare that happen? Interrupt my plan. And then moving forward, when you reflect back, you realize, wow, I was upset in the moment, but I'm glad that happened. Look at where I am, and I never would have been here, shift or occurrence in my life. And I tell people now that I feel in my heart that I am truly living my best life. Doing things now since my loss, that I never would have thought because I wouldn't have ever been able before to do some things, to be able to create business, to create digital products, to have a cooking show on Facebook. Yeah, would have even imagined something like that.
You
But your
know,
life have to, figure, okay, what am I at this point? Go ahead, I'm sorry.
oh, it's quite all right. I can sit here and just hand you the show because the message that you're conveying to people out there, it's, you know, it's overwhelming and it's something that people need to hear. But unfortunately, every now and then, your voice fades out. Now, let me just narrate this to some of the people that are watching, people all over the world, because we've been getting a lot of hits from China. And, not to sound funny or come across funny, but you cook. You have a cooking show. And a lot of people will ponder as to how is she able to organize herself. So do you label, how do you do it? Do you program as to say, this is where the salt is? Because, or do you have a churching, the sense of churching? Ladies and gentlemen, if I sound ignorant, please forgive me. I want us to know, and also that many people going through what Cheryl is going through. And I applaud Cheryl for her to be able to want to support other people. Now, she will have a book that she's going to want to talk about giving out, and she's going to give you a website, and she's a motivational speaker. And I've heard her talk, like my mouth would drop, and well, I've not heard her talk physically, but when she gave me my little speeches on the phone, I'm like, oh, okay. So she is quite motivating. She's the type that makes you want more, makes you say, you know what, I can be doing less, but look at where I am, and I can do so much better. There are people out there with different disabilities, and they're still striving. But Cheryl is just pushing. She is contributing author of Beyond Sight magazine. She was acknowledged as Bold Blonde Beauty 2020 Woman on the Move. She is a ghost writer. She has two children and she is doing so much more. Miss Menez,
Yes.
uh, well, somehow the screen is black. I don't know what is going on. Can you see? There you are. Now, please just let us know how we can be able to reach out to you, your contact details, the book, and so forth, because definitely you're quite phenomenal and you're amazing.
Thank you very much. Anyone find me on Facebook?
That just faded out. Can you repeat that, please? Anyone can find you on Facebook.
At Cheryl Minnette.
That's,
Also,
can you spell that out, please?
CHERYLMINNETTE. You can also on my Facebook, Real One It. Now, if you want to reach me, go to just drop me an email at iyelive2@gmail.com. That's EYELIVTOO@gmail.com. And I do have a gift for your audience today, free chapter titled Scat
Can you
No
please
More.
repeat that because that just faded out?
The title of the that I'm giving your audience is called Shat No More. And for
Chateau
those
More.
shattered, like
Shattered.
broken,
Okay?
shattered,
More.
no more.
Shattered no more. So the chapter that you're giving out to all the audience all over the world, because you might be getting emails galore, is shattered no more.
Correct. And
Okay.
they would go to that email because a lot of people aren't here to work to get this. So go to the email address in the subject line, type Unisa, UNIS, and then in the body put chapter, free chapter. That's it.
Okay. Basically, what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is that we're going to put all this information. Cheryl is going to text me this information shortly. We're going to put it online where this is accessible. Now, there's so many people out there losing their vision, in Africa, in America, in China, in the UK, all over the world. And we just want you to know that there's support for you. There are people out there. Again, this is the mindful session. People that come on this show or topics that we talk about is basically to support you, to enable you, for you to know that whatever it is that you're going through, you're not alone. And I applaud people like Cheryl for being able to say, you know what, this is not going to beat me down. I'm not going to be a victim. I am a victor. And I'm going to support other people that are going through this. So I applaud Cheryl. Miss Minnette,
Yes.
I don't know why you're not where there you are. Would you like to play hide and seek?
Apparently,
One minute I see you, then you fade out. But how can people reach you in case they want you to support a group? Now, are you able to fly to different countries? Are you doing Zoom calls? Are you accessible? Give us email address, websites, how people can reach you.
My email address, go into the comments, I live life gmail.com.
Can you spell that?
IEYELIFTOO at gmail.com.
Okay.
So
Now,
that's life2 at gmail.com. You can reach out to me for the free book. You can reach out to me if you have questions about vision loss. You had asked me something I answer as far as maneuver in the kitchen, and with that, I do assist people with company vision navigation consulting, deal with different areas, and in the kitchen, people have there, it's the home, it is the workroom first. So there's things you should know about your appliance,
okay.
and there's
Sure. So, can you just send me your email address, text it to me, and
yeah,
also all the other information so we can have it up on the screen. And as
absolutely,
Cheryl is sending me the information, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say, you know, I sympathize and and I empathize with so many people out there that are going through this because a lot of us don't appreciate what we have. A lot of us, we take our hearing for granted. We take our visualization for granted. There are many people out there that wish they can see again. There are many people wish that they can hear that little bird singing, chirping. There are many people that wish that they can use their fingers, walk, you just twinkle their toes. The funny thing about life is that we really don't appreciate what we have. We're too busy chasing not to say the impossible, but sometimes the impossible. Well, we can sit back and sometimes reflect as to say, this is beautiful. I tend to take walks in the park. I do. I go sit by the water. That gives me a piece of, serenity. That is serenity for me when I go to the water. And many times you will find me by the lake, just sitting down to reflect. That is serenity. When I'm sleeping, I open my window for the breeze, just the sound. That gives me peace. I appreciate looking at the little trees, the little flowers. That gives me joy. When I'm walking, just the smell of different fragrances, that uplifts me. But do we really take time to acknowledge that? But ladies and gentlemen, I'm waiting for Cheryl to send this, but as we are coming to a close, I really want Cheryl to bring us to a close today because I cannot say anything more than for this wonderful woman to really bring us to a close. Cheryl?
yes. I sent that to you.
Excellent.
So do take your vision for granted. By the time you realize what's going on with your vision and you're not clear as you thought you should be, something has already happened. It has been gone for a while. Do get your eyes, but we are navigation consulting. If you have questions, if you're someone with vision, if you're someone who is in the process of losing vision, there are some things that you can place to assist you now. You know, we go to the doctor, get our diagnosis, clinical part. I go with the non. What happens when you go home? Tell you that. They tell you, you know, what to do, what to expect, what you're going to do mentally. That's where I come in to support and empower you. Okay? And I thank you for being here today. Thank you so much, Unisa and Peace TV. This was such a
Sure, we're just going through your email because we're trying to put it up on there. Now, it's gmail.com,
yes.
C-O-M. So, yes, so her email address is EYELIVELIFETOO at gmail.com. So we're going to put that up. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Please feel free to get in touch with Cheryl. And as we're coming to end of the show, Cheryl, basically, I just want to say, let me just put this up here. I just want to say it's sincerely a pleasure, and you are one of the guests that I've had a really pleasure talking to, where I'm not pulling out my hair off my head, which indeed you can tell I have a lot of hair, you know, but I just want to say thank you for being here. Now, on here we have this charity that we're doing here called Give Love, Show Love. Now, what we do is that we support different charities, and I'm sure that you have a charity in mind that also that you want to talk about. But what we do at Give Love, Show Love is that we support different charities all over the world. And, you know, and by people supporting us, we're able to support these charities. So, is there a charity that you're supporting? And also, you can talk about Give Love, Show Love.
First of all, thank you. You have been so I appreciate it. And let's give love, show love. That's a wonderful call. The youth are our tomorrow, and with everything going on in the world, not just now, but in general, the societies are changing. The youth really need our support. You know, a lot of people complain about the youth, but they're not doing anything about it. You have to do something about it. They are young people. They don't know everything. So even if they're giving you attitude, you know, you have to listen to them. And basically, they want your time. They want to know that you them, respect them, willing to be there for them. If you can show them that, then they will give you, and they will come around, and then you can have a meeting. But yes, give love, show charity. It's a worldwide that helps the youth.
Well, that's the logo, the Give Love, Show Love. It's supposed to be a teddy bear, but I don't know where the handshake is coming from, ladies and gentlemen. But let me just say, can we have Cheryl back up, please? Cheryl is someone that when Kamara Youth was coming into play, I would keep her on the phone literally for 3-4 hours. And we would sit there and brainstorm. So Cheryl is quite big when it comes to the youths, and she's quite big in supporting Kamara youths. So for those of you that don't know, Cheryl is someone I give a lot of respect to. And I tip my hat off to you for who you are, and I see you for who you are. And most importantly, I bow to you for supporting these females that are losing their sight. So with that said, I thank you for who you are in life. Sometimes, sad to say, we go through a lot of horrific things. We experience things that a lot of people don't experience for us to be able to help others. So I thank you for helping people that need you. I thank you for the position you play, and you're phenomenal. Thank you. Is there anything you want to say as we come to an end?
Just thank you all platform because you for getting this helps so many people. Thank you so much. Just very humble.
Is there a website?
It's still being free.
I'll send you a link to a website. As we come to an end, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank Miss Minnette, all the way from America. Thank you for being on the show, ladies and gentlemen, all over the world. I thank you again for tuning into the Mindful Session. Again, this show cannot be here without you, and we appreciate you, and this show is here to support you. There's nothing that you're going through that others are not going through. You just have to look for the right support. And there's always someone out there that have been through it or going through it, like Miss Minnette. So as we come to an end, I thank you, and may God be with you, guide you, and protect you always. I bid you a good night. See you next week. Thank you, Miss Minnette.
Good night.
Amaze TV is here to restore, rebuild, revive the nation.
We can never appreciate the hardship that creates a feeling of having nothing, but we can create the change that makes a difference. Join us, and together we can have an impact.
It's time for us to change the narrative and extend our humanity to the entire world.
Love is kind. It is not self-seeking. Let us extend our love and kindness in the best possible way we can.
Freely you have received the love of God. Freely give back to society. Extend a blessing to someone out there.
One can chase 1,000, but two can chase 10,000.
We believe in our communities, and we believe in our youths. Let's work together, make a difference.
Our world needs you to be a part of a revolutionary change.
United we stand, divided we fall.
Give love.
Show love.
Hashtag Give love, show love.